So I very rudely didn't introduce myself at the start. My name is Gemma McQueen and I am a Thermomix team leader. I'm the team leader for the Team Thermo Fans, which is over here. I'm in Coffs Harbour, but we run all the way up the North Coast, all the way out to Tamworth, and all the way down to Kempsey. So that's what I do, and I share the Thermomix with people and do these online demonstrations and stuff like that. So Louise's consultant is Susie out in Tamworth, who has invited her along, and she has invited her friends, which is lovely, and Jen's up in Ballina now. Jen, is it? Lismore, Ballina, that area somewhere?
Woodburn.
Oh, Woodburn, okay, kind of in the middle, sort of. And has also invited her friend as well. So thanks so much, ladies. I really appreciate you bringing your friends along to our demonstration as well. Now, Wesy, if you can just, on Zoom, if you can just pin me for everybody so that I'm, or spotlight for everyone or something like that. There we go. So now you should be able to see me fairly well now. Everybody just give me a thumbs up. Yep, excellent, rightio. So before we get started, I will tell you what is included with the Thermomix. So if you just go to that slide for me, thanks, Wesy. And I would like to say I do have my 14-year-old son driving tonight, so thank you so much, Wes. I appreciate your help. The Thermomix is $2,579. We do have lots of payment options, and everything that you see there is included with your Thermomix when you get it, as well as 6 months free COOKIDOO subscription, but I'll go through that later in the demo, and I'll also go through the payment options as well. So back to me now, Wes. The first thing we're going to do tonight is we are going to make a pizza dough. Now, I don't know about you guys that have already got Thermomixes, but I love making dough in my Thermomix. Is there a show of hands who likes making dough? Yep, okay. Jen's with me, excellent. I can't actually read that now, Wes, because it's got little, so can you read it to me, please?
The TM6 has been out for a while now. Do you think there will be?
Oh, that's a good question, Hannah. They actually came out last week to say that we definitely are not getting a new Thermomix next year. So there was some speculation that it was coming. They've said definitely not next year. But they always are making things better. But we actually have this year got 2 new attachments for the TM6. So they keep making the TM6 better. They're not bringing out another model, so to speak. So yeah, good question. Okay, so I'm going to make pizza dough now. So I've told the Thermomix that we're going to have pizza dough. It's come up on my screen. I'll explain that a little bit later as well. And now I'm just hitting next, and I'm going through all of the basically all of the steps of pizza dough. So it couldn't really be any simpler, this one. So we go in with some warm water, and as you can see, the Thermomix's scales come up. If you, for any reason, have got a minus, so when you take the lid off or you've bumped it or something and it's gone not on 0, you can just hit the tear button there and it goes back to 0. So you can just pour in. You don't have to have measured your water or anything like that. And I'm not going to put any sugar in this. And you're still in control. So even though it is a guided recipe, you could still be using your own recipe or be skipping some steps or adding extra bits and pieces that you want as well. So just guided, not set in stone. So we've put our yeast in there with our water, and we just give that a mix for 20 seconds. Wesy, you will have to read the comments. If there's any comments, you'll have to read them out to me, okay? Because I can't see them. I'm getting old and I now cannot read those. Besides the hot flashes, also my eyes are going. So I'm falling apart, I tell you. Rightio. So it dings when it's ready. Ding, next step. Okay, so we take the lid off. We just tear back to 0. and we want to go in with 400 grams of baker's flour. So for those of you who've got a Thermomix, I'm sure you're already across baker's flour and hopefully are buying that in bulk and making some of your dough needs. I'd love to hear in the chat or off mute if you like what you are baking or making like dough wise in your Thermomix for those that have got a Thermomix.
I made Portuguese bread and it turned into focaccia.
Oh, did you do that on purpose? Who was that? Leslie or Anne?
Yeah,
Leslie?
Leslie.
Oh, you did that on purpose?
No, doubled in size, but long ways, not up.
Oh! Well, I wonder why that was. I made the Portuguese bread. Everyone's raving about the Portuguese bread at the moment, aren't they? It's the trending thing at the moment. Isn't it delicious, Leslie?
Yeah, well, it's the best focaccia I've ever had.
Excellent. Well, actually, we made it, and I'm just trying to see. I thought I had my what am I saying? My cast iron. You know the cast iron Dutch oven? I made it in that, and it just went to the size of that, so I didn't let it get too big, but yes.
Hannah put it on a tray.
Yeah, right, okay, very good. So maybe just something with a little bit higher sides to keep it moved the right way. Hannah's made cinnamon scrolls. Oh my gosh, I was only talking to somebody about cinnamon scrolls last weekend, and I was saying how good they are in the Thermomix and how you want to make sure you invite lots of people over the day that you make those, or otherwise you eat the whole lot yourself. So they're a bit dangerous. And what else have we been making? Any other comments there, Wes?
Well, there's someone in the waiting room.
Sorry?
Someone in the waiting room.
Oh, well, quick, let them in. Who have we got? What's their name?
Larice.
Larice. No. I can't see it, Wes. I know you're pointing at it, but I can't see it. Hello, whoever just joined. Sorry, I can't see your name. Identify yourself. Rightio, so now, the interesting fact about the Thermomix, 1 minute of kneading in the Thermomix is about equivalent to 6 minutes by hand. So this pizza dough is going to be 2 minutes, very well kneaded pizza dough as well. Our person who's just joined hasn't connected to audio yet. So as soon as they connect to audio, hopefully their name will pop up and you can tell me who it is. Rightio, and just like that, our pizza dough is finished. Okay, so super easy, and have a look at it. Rightio. Oh. I've just got a Thermomat, which is one of our host rewards, and also available at the Mix Shop if you want to have a look at that. It's great for proving your bread in. So I'm going to tip this out. A little tip for when you're tipping out of your Thermomix, give the blades a little wiggle and the dough will fall straight out. If for any reason, like if you're doing scones or sometimes even the cinnamon scrolls, it's quite a wet dough and you do need to get in there, you can actually put it upside down, release the blade like that, so take it off, and then your blade actually falls out, and then you can easily grab any bits off your blade that may be there as well. But this has come quite nicely off there, and I'm just going to chuck that over because I'm lucky enough to have a nice second clean bowl waiting for me. So I didn't flour or oil this Thermomat, but that's okay. And have a look at our pizza dough. It's beautiful. It's just perfect. It's all staying together there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll that up in my Thermomat, and I'm just going to pop that aside. With pizza dough, it doesn't really matter if you don't prove for the whole time that it says. It's very forgiving, and we can start cooking that pretty much as soon as we like as well. So I've got one friend who doesn't even prove it at all. She just gets she rolls it straight out and starts cooking it. So There we go. Now, who have we just had enter? Where's?
Who was it? Larice.
Larice. Hi, is it Larice? Sorry, I'm taking my 14-year-old's word for that because I can't see your name written.
Larice is my mum's friend.
Oh, Larice is mum's friend. Okay, and it is Larice. So good work, Wes. Okay. Welcome, Larice. So far, all you've missed is the dough. I've just chucked in a whole heap of ingredients there and we've kneaded the dough. And now we're going to get on to the next thing we're cooking, which is a coconut chicken curry. Very good. And again, I'm going into my week. And I have got the recipe there. I've told it what we're having. And I'm going to hit start cooking again. So again, couldn't be simpler. Actually, with this recipe, I'm going back a step. I'm going to press down. So a good little tip, guys, is when you're in COOKIDOO, if you press down, all of your ingredients and your preparation steps are all there for you to read. I'm actually skipping some steps in this recipe tonight. I'm not going to make the cauliflower rice. So because my kids are jacked up and they don't eat cauliflower rice anymore. So this is for tomorrow night's dinner and I'm going to cook some plain boiled rice to go with this tomorrow night. So I'm pressing down and I'm actually skipping through the steps. So there's like, you know, place the cauliflower in and chop up the cauliflower and then put it in the varoma and all of that. I'm skipping past those steps and I'm just going to hit step 3. And when I hit step 3, it automatically skips to step 3 and now we're ready to start from there. So good little tip if you ever want to change the recipe a bit or skip to the end of a recipe or something like that, you don't have to go all the way through your recipe either. How are you going,
Can you do
Wes?
that halfway through the recipe?
You can, yeah, you can go back to view recipe and then you can press which step you want to go back to.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries. Rightio, so now we're just going in here, ginger in next, garlic in next. I'm skipping a chilli, I'm not going to make it with the chilli, and I'm going next, and I'm popping the lid on, and we're chopping those. Can you grab that for me, Wes? And I'm also throwing the MC across the room. Thank you, darling. The floor's clean, we're all good. Rightio. It's only your dinner tomorrow night, Rez, it'll be right. Okay, so like I said, we're putting the lid on and we're going to chop that for 3 seconds. We might, in a second, Wes, have a look at the bowl now because I'd like to show the girls inside that when I lift that off. So as you can see, that has completely chopped up really finely and really well. That garlic and ginger, so you know, a lot quicker than you could do it. I don't know how you would even do that with a knife, I guess, or a garlic crusher or something. I don't know. Now we're popping in our onion, and we're going next, and we're putting in some olive oil. My olive oil's looking a bit sad, Wes. I'm nearly empty. I wonder if I've got any other down here. Let me have a quick look. Sorry?
Just empty it out of your spritzer.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Gosh, no wonder I keep you around, Wes. See? Isn't he a well-trained 14-year-old? I tell you, I have lateral thinking. Radio. And now that's all. So just garlic and onion. Oh, sorry, garlic and ginger chopped up really well. An onion into like 8 pieces and some oil. And what we're going to do then is cook that on high heat. So now this is where the TM6, might go back to the other screen now, Dylan. This is where the TM6 differs a lot from the TM5 and the previous models. This model actually does high heat. So these onions, within about 20 seconds, these onions will actually be sizzling and starting to brown in there as well. So we get about 40 or 50 degrees hotter than the last Thermomix as well. So we're adding a little bit more flavour, and we've got a lot more recipes that we can actually do in the Thermomix now because we can do that high heat. We've got sugar stage, we can brown and seal meat and all that kind of stuff as well. Now, I might just quickly, in 3 minutes and 40 seconds, explain COOKIDOO. What was that one? What was that?
Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, yes, thank you, Louise. Louise and Larice. Wow, that's going to confuse me seeing as I can't see the screen. Anyway, let's go to COOKIDOO, Wes, and we'll just quickly explain that one for the ladies. Excellent, thank you. So, as it says here, COOKIDOO is your one-stop shop for all your Thermomix recipes. So basically it is a database of all the recipes that have been made by Thermomix for the TM6 and a lot of previous models as well. And it's a subscription service and you have all of the recipes at your fingertips. You don't have to buy any cookbooks or anything like that. All of your recipes are in your Thermomix. If you go to the next screen, darling. Thank you. You can search COOKIDOO by lots of different ways. And you can also save and collect COOKIDOO recipes that you see that you like and all that kind of stuff. But you can also search by ingredients. So this comes in really handy if you've only got a couple of things left in the fridge and you want to just type them in. Just type them in with a comma in between them and it will actually bring up any recipes that contain those ingredients. So it's really helpful to use up any of your leftovers and all that kind of stuff. Next slide. Thank you, Wesley. The best thing about COOKIDOO is the meal plan function. So what you can do in COOKIDOO is create a meal plan for as long as you like in advance. And then from that meal plan, you can then create yourself a shopping list. You can then do online shopping. Where you can send your ingredients to Woolworths is the word I'm looking for,
yeah.
And you can also do click and collect or both of the things that Woolworths offer. We also have a COOKIDOO app, which means that if you haven't been organised and you don't have your meal plan, you can actually go with your app to Woolworths, and it's like taking all of your cookbooks to Woolworths. You've got all your recipes. You come across something on special, you could type that in and find a recipe that you could use with that kind of thing. So go next for me. Thanks, Wes. And the other thing with COOKIDOO is that, oh, sorry, Larice, we're just not on mute. Darling? Are you asking a question?
When she comes, can you tell her I want her?
Was she asking me a question? No. Okay. Can you just pop? Yeah. Thanks, Wes. Okay. Yeah. So COOKIDOO 3.0 is the ability to be able to modify COOKIDOO recipes or put your own recipes. So if you actually make a recipe for your Thermomix, you can now actually load that into COOKIDOO and you can have your own recipe step by step on the screen. So that's a really cool little function as well. I think the next one, Wesy, is just about our COOKIDOO lesson. So once a month, we do a COOKIDOO lesson on Zoom like this. You can come as many times as you like to our COOKIDOO club and we show you how to do all of that. So it's all great that we've got this device that can do all these things, but then you actually need to learn how to do it and put it into practice as well. So back to me, Wesley. We're now dinging, so look at that for good timing. Okay, so our onions are done. It's just started browning the onions and sort of browning the bottom of the bowl and starting to get some of that flavour happening as well. Now we're going to put in our tandoori paste. Now this has been made in the Thermomix. You can just make that and keep that in the fridge, a little bit like your stock paste and stuff like that. And it just gives your curry a really yummy edge as opposed to maybe a store-bought curry paste or a jar curry as well. So this is the key to yummy Thermomix food, is making all of your ingredients and using really good ingredients as opposed to store-bought jars and stuff like that. Now, some tomato paste, in we go, a little bit extra is okay, and some water. . 1 and some almond meal. Now I've made this in the Thermomix as well. This is just almonds ground up into an almond meal. Oh, I think Larice is off mute again. Larice, are you talking? Are you trying to talk to me?
Oh, it's okay.
No, I don't think she is.
Can you calm it down?
There we go. All good. I don't think she's talking to me. If she is, Larice, if you are talking to me, just come back off mute, but I don't think you are. Okay, now we're going in with some chicken thigh fillets, 500 grams. You could up that if you wanted. I've just splashed that all over my Thermomix. But yeah, oh look, I did 600, but that's okay. A little bit extra is okay. A little bit of salt. And now place Varoma on, but remembering we're not doing that because I'm not cooking any cauliflower. And now we're going to cook that for 8 minutes. Now with the Thermomix cooking like chunks of chicken and stuff like that, you can't actually see it, but there's like a little reverse symbol there, and my Thermomix is now in reverse. So the back side of the Thermomix blades is blunt and won't chop up the chicken into any further than the bits that I chopped it into. So it's just basically stirring my chicken now like I would with, you know, a wooden spoon on the stove or whatever. And you've now got 8 minutes where you don't have to be in the kitchen. So you can clean up, you can, I don't know, do a load of washing, whatever you like, and you don't need to be in your Thermomix. Now, what was that little comment there, was it? What was that?
May you please turn off Larice's microphone if it comes on, please? Or Mama isn't ready to move.
Oh yeah, no, all good, will do. I just normally if someone just starts talking and I stop talking and let them talk, but it's all good. We're all good. Now, what we need to do now, while that's 8 minutes is happening, is get our pizza dough happening. Like I said, we don't need to prove this for the whole time. It's very forgiving, this recipe. And I didn't oil or flour this bread mat, which I should have, when I said that last time, I should have actually done something about that, shouldn't I? But anyway. Now our standard pizza dough recipe will make 2 full-size pizzas as well. So we're just making one tonight, and then I'll cook one tomorrow night as well. You can keep that in the fridge if you need to do it the next night, or you can even freeze this pizza dough as well. Freezes really well as well. Let me put some flour on there for myself. There we go. Rightio. Now, the white on the blue is not a great look, but anyway. Now, this is very basic pizza. Obviously, if you're making this into a pizza that you want to have, I'm going to give this to the kids in their lunch boxes tomorrow, and it's just going to be olive oil and salt. So it's not going to be very exciting, but they'll eat it, so it'll be all good. I'm going to give this a little squirt with oil. And now I'm going to pop my pizza on there. So you can see how quick and easy that dough was, and how good that is. It's such a good one. Like that. And again, a little bit of a spray of oil. And some salt. I should have got some herbs out of the garden for this. Or some garlic. No, you're just having salt and olive oil. But let's have a look. We'll pop that in the oven and we'll have a look at that before we go. Our oven is preheated. And again, like I said, this one, we'll have this with our tea tomorrow night. So I'm just going to wrap it up. And I'm going to pop it in the fridge, and it actually does like a long prove in the fridge, and it probably will be even better than the one that we do tonight as well. Okay, rightio, Wes. Now let's tell everybody about the special that is happening at the moment for those. No, the special up the top. Special? Thank you. Current special offer. So at the moment, when you buy a Thermomix, you can add a second bowl bladed lid for just $29. So you might have seen, come back to me with, you might have seen how I had my dirty bowl here. I could have very easily put some water in it and put it back on and done our pre-clean mode, which is one of our modes in our Thermomix, and kept using my same bowl. But I'm spoiled and I've got a brand new bowl there, so I can just chuck this one in the dishwasher or wherever and start using my clean second bowl. So that's a really good deal at the moment. They do retail for $395, I think, or something like that. So having your second bowl is a real godsend as well. So there we go, rightio. Now payment options, Wes. Can you find the slide for payment options? Oh, good boy. Okay, so like I said, the Thermomix is $2,579. The options to pay $2,579 are credit card, Afterpay, PayPal, or direct deposit. We are also registered with the NDIS as an approved assisted technology as well. So if you've got any friends that have got NDIS needs, then let them know about Thermomix is now being registered for that as well. Next one, Wesy. Excellent, thank you. The other way to get a Thermomix is you can join and become a Thermomix consultant. We do have positions vacant all over New South Wales. And it is a really good way to earn a Thermomix, or if you've already got a Thermomix, start earning some money from your Thermomix as well. So let me know if that interests you in the slightest, because I can give you some information so that you can have a look at that to see if it would be a suitable thing for yourself as well. Next one, Wesley. Thank you. We do have a payment plan to get a Thermomix. So if you want to pay your Thermomix off weekly, monthly, fortnightly, we do have a 24 months interest-free deal with Zip Money, where you can pay your Thermomix off. So we think that everybody would be able to save $27.12 a week with having a Thermomix on the kitchen bench. So we would love to show you how that would fit into your budget if that is something that you need to do to get a Thermomix as well. So, and the last, final but not, what is it? Next but final but not the least, the payment plan that is called Easy3. Easy3 is basically the take-home lay-by. So you pay $1,029 when you order your Thermomix, comes to you straight away. You then pay $800 the next month, and then $800 the month after that. And in 3 months, you've paid your Thermomix off, and you haven't had to get a payment plan with Zip Money or anything like that. I think that's all the payment options, isn't it, Wes? Excellent. Back to me. Very good. And 35 seconds to go. And who did we just join? Sarah, was it? Maybe? Was it? Sorry? Anna. Oh, Anna came back. No, Anna was already here.
Oh, no, it might have been Sarah.
Sarah, I think it was. Anyway, welcome. We're nearly at the end, but we have recorded this demonstration, so I will send a link to the recording to everybody. If you can share that with your friends as well. Just make sure you let your consultant know if you're sharing it with your friends, so that you can be rewarded with host rewards and all that kind of stuff. Wes, I don't think that you brought me down the coconut cream when I asked. Luckily, that is only a step that stops you to check your coconut rice, your cauliflower rice. Just one can, darling. It stops you there to check your cauliflower rice to make sure it's going well. This is a great all-in-one recipe if you follow the recipe, because you do get to use, and I'll just grab my aroma. You do get to use your aroma, which is your steaming attachment for the Thermomix. So as you can see, I've got a lot of steam coming out of here, and that is wasted energy. So if you wanted to put some veggies with this, or you wanted the cauliflower rice with this meal, this has got plenty of steam to cook any kind of veggie or anything in your varoma. So you can just pop that on top of your Thermomix. Thanks, darling. You can pop that, there's what's his head. You can pop that on top of your Thermomix, and you can cook your veggies, your cauliflower rice, whatever you like in that. So obviously your steaming attachment comes with your Thermomix. It is an underutilised part of the Thermomix, I think. A lot of people tell me that they're not using their varoma enough. Would that be a good indication, the girls that have got a varoma? Oh no, you're using it a lot. You're using it a lot, Jen. Excellent, that's good. Well done, I'll give you a gold star, Jen, because lots of people are not. Excellent, radio. Now, all we're going to do to this, when this is the next step, is put some coconut cream in as well. Now, any questions, guys? Please hit me with some questions. You can come off mute. We'll let you speak, or you can pop it in the chat as well. Have we got anything in the chat there, Liz?
Oh, we got one message. What is it? Sarah is Louise.
Oh, Sarah is Louise's friend as well. Okay. I'll have to write all this down when I get off, but that's okay. Excellent. And thank you so much, guys, for inviting your friends or sharing the video. Our business, Thermomix Consultant's business, runs completely off word of mouth and showing the Thermomix. So we really appreciate you sharing with your people. And I'll go through host rewards in a second. Did I just see another question about the blades, Wes?
Yeah, does blades ever get blunt?
No. So the blades will dull a little bit compared to when they are brand new, obviously. But it's not the sharpness of the blades that makes the Thermomix good, it's the power of the motor. And the motor never gets blunt, basically. So those blades are always spinning at that speed. Thermomix do suggest that you do replace your blades every 3 or 4 years or something. I think it says in the booklet. I touch wood, and I do touch wood every time I say this, I have never had to replace a set of blades, but they are something that you can just buy from the mix shop, and it's a quick fix out, and you can keep cooking. So some people have a spare set of blades on hand just in case their blades ever do break. I don't. So I've got so many bowls that I'd be okay if one of my blades broke. So yeah. What was that? No, all good. Okay, host rewards, Wes. There's just the standard host rewards. Lovely. So as I keep mentioning, this is available as a host reward, this is available as a host reward. The best way to get these things for your Thermomix, and everybody needs at least one of all of these items, the best way to get these is to invite friends to demonstrations, either face-to-face demonstrations if your consultant is close enough, or these online ones if you're not near your consultant. So as you can see there, just by hosting and inviting 2 friends, which our hosts have done tonight, they are eligible for the host price, so the discounted price there. And if one of their friends does decide to buy, they actually can get one of those items for free. I'll come back to that, put a pin in that. Now, I've said next, and I'm adding my coconut cream, and I actually add the whole can because I don't want half a can of coconut cream laying around, basically. So I pop the whole can in, and it's beautiful. Now I'm just going to give that a little scrape down the sides as well, and a little bit off the roof of the lid as well, just to get all the flavour in there. Rightio. Now we're only 2 minutes away, so let me tell you about our special host offer at the moment. Have I got that there, Wizzy?
Is that kind of special?
It is. So our special host reward is that our hosts, Thermomix owner hosts, are eligible for a free cutter when one of their friends buys a Thermomix from one of their demos. So let me tell you about what the cutter is, because you can come back to me. We've been basically not talking about the cutter because it's been unavailable. We do not have enough stock to let the cutter out to the general public. So this is why it's only a host reward at the moment. So basically what the cutter does, and if we just look at our bowl here, the cutter sits inside of your bowl. It's got a little shaft that goes in first, and then your cutter goes on top of that instead of your lid. And it basically turns your Thermomix into a slicer and grater. So it's actually got a blade that does slicing on one side and grating on the other side. All of your food obviously goes through the little hole here. That's not a very good example of that, is it? But there we go, you can see the hole there now. And into your little container there. So one of the great things about this cutter attachment is that if you just want to grate some things or slice some things, you don't actually even dirty your whole bowl. It just leaves the food in this bowl here. So then you've just got that can go in the dishwasher and all the rest of it. So that is the cutter that our hosts are eligible for if a friend purchases the Thermomix.
Someone else is the cover, okay, like compatible with that.
It is compatible with the TM5, yes. So TM5 and TM6. The only difference is that the TM6 actually has got a mode built in for the cutter, whereas you'll have to actually read the manual and figure out what speed and all of that kind of thing to use. But it's in the manual, so don't stress. Rightio, now we're done. That's our curry cooked. And we've basically, I'm going to pop that into a thermo server. And I'll quickly just show you what I will do with this bowl now with my pre-clean mode as well. Get all of the goodness out of there. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It's such a delicious, just smells like you're walking past an Indian restaurant. Just so good. Rightio. Now, we get our bowl. Especially if we've only got one bowl, this comes in very handy. We pop a bit of water in there. A little bit of water in there. We go lid on. We go over to our modes and we go into our pre-clean mode and we go on. And basically what that does is it sees, you tell it how dirty it is or what type of dirt is in there. And it either heats up and swirls your water around, or just swirls water around if it's dough or something like that. So you can then start eating your dinner and your Thermomix is basically washing itself up, getting it ready for either a rinse or to go straight into the dishwasher. So that's I guess the Thermomix in a nutshell. Now, what's the question there, Wes, in the chat?
How are you using it when the TM7 will be out?
Oh, this group are right onto the TM7, aren't you? We actually talked about that earlier in the demo, Kate. Vorwerk have actually just released a statement to say that there's no TM7 coming next year. There must be a rumour going around about the TM7 or the next Thermomix. So they've actually come from Germany and said that's not happening next year. The TM6 is still getting better. We're still got, things coming out, being released for the TM6. So we don't have a TM7 at the moment on the horizon. So here's our TM31, TM5 and TM6. So they're the ones that we've had so far. What was that? Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Yeah, I watched the statement. They said the TM6 is probably as good as they can get it to have a TM7, but they probably will bring out programs and attachments to enhance it. But at this stage, they're saying that they can't do any better. They reckon the TM6 does it all.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they've done so far. We've had lots of updates. So since the TM6 came out, we've got a whole new row of modes. We've got the cutter, we've got the sensor coming out at the start of next year, which means that you can connect your Thermomix basically to your oven. So your oven becomes a smart oven because the Thermomix knows now what's going on in your oven. The things that they can do to the TM6, mainly because it's just connected to the Wi-Fi and it updates itself and all that kind of stuff. We've had update after update, so nearly I don't know, once every 6 months you turn your Thermomix on and it says, oh, we have an update. And you can just skip that if you need to use your Thermomix straight away. Come back to it when you've got 10 or 20 minutes and it's like a brand new machine. So yeah, hopefully that answers your questions. But if you've got any other questions about that or you've heard something, I hadn't actually even heard this rumour about the TM7, and I've got my ear fairly close to the ground on most Thermomix things, but when they came out with that statement, I knew that there must have been someone saying somewhere that there's a new one coming or something like that. But yeah, we love our TM6. Any other questions in the chat, Wendy?
No.
Excellent, Rio. You can probably hit stop recording. Thanks for watching the recording.